How's it going, YouTube? It's Panda time. In this match we have Lord Knight going up against the classic blue hybrid. This one's going out to my boy Carlos. I promised him I would upload this match. Took me a while, but here we go. Alright, so we have Lord Knight still pretty solid. I am a fan of it these days. It's funny how the deck that could be hated in one meta can become a pretty cool deck in the future. So, everybody hates blue hybrid now. Do you guys think that in the future blue hybrid could be a cool deck that people respect? I don't know. Tell me in the comments. I know personally I like my Magna build, and I actually think Magna could do more than okay in future sets, so we'll see. We're off to a pretty good start for blue hybrid. Sora Joe is just such a powerful tamer. Getting it early on is going to make Lord Knight's player life super annoying. Also see a Boko picking up another Sora Joe as well as a Kumamon. We also saw from the Boko that he's playing the BT4 Kendogurumon, a pretty cool card as well. I like this play. Sometimes you gotta just come out and swing. Like, yeah, inherently could be a little bit risky, but you can't just sit there and always wait for the perfect stack. So I think swinging with the Torimon it's a good idea. Gonna go into a TK to pick up the level 5 that he was definitely missing. And now he'll have memory to work with, could start to rebuild in the back, and with the chip damage he's done, maybe it'll be easier for a Lord Knight to close the game out. For the blue hybrid player to swing, he's gonna have to swing right into the Pitomon, right? So like, he can proc the Sora Joe, sure, but it's not gonna be free. Instead, he's gonna Digivolve over the Sora Joe because of because of the Pokemon is gonna stay at the same memory, trash in one of the sources. Always got the Beowulf on top of that. Can now get a full board clear. The Beowulf is just so strong. Yeah, the classic. Swing one, bounce the other. That does mean that he's giving back the Pitomon. That means that if Lord Knight player has a rookie, we know he's got rookie, Pitomon in hand and the level 5 as well. So could be set up for a very early Lord Knight. But obviously tempo wise, pretty good. Beowulf is just pretty sick. Gonna end with another Boko using the Hammer Spark to, use his memory efficiently that turn. Able to pick up a Davis and Korikaku. So honestly, pretty good setup. The fact that he ended on a Tamer with double Pokemon on the board means that he's ensured to have good plays for next turn. And I think this is the best line of play for the Lord Knight. Just go into level 5 and memory choke. Next turn you could go into Lord Knight and do some exciting plays. But again, the blue hybrid player had a great setup. Can now use double Boko and get a lot of value out of it. I mean, surely you cash out on that, right? Yeah. Digivolve, gain 2 memory because he's got 2 Bokos. And now he's just got to be swing. Gonna think over, if he's wanna keep the Bokos on. No, he's gonna be swinging. Survives against a Starmon. That always feels bad when your security is at 1k, right? Now the Lord Knight has no life, but there are ways to recover. We know that Kasuchimon is being played, so maybe he could go into a Lord Knight, swing, summon Nightmon go into Kasuchimon. That would be one way to stay alive. There's also Angelomon, so Luisthepanda could also be used to heal. That's an option. Blinding Ray is essentially just free memory right now. So although it doesn't look great for the Lord Knight, there are definitely ways that this isn't over right here on this turn. Lord Knight swings, is able to get the full clear, get 2 more bodies on the board. There is no Sora and Joe to play around anymore. Could also try and set up blockers, although everybody knows blockers are not the greatest against blue hybrid. It's easy for them to, yeah. I just hybrid for game. I guess there wasn't a way to get into a Kasuchimon or get a Luisthepanda out there. But I think that was well played from blue hybrid. Honestly, I think both players did this well. Going out early because he didn't have the pieces, I think was correct. He was able to go into level 5 in the back, memory choke to 1, and have the Lord Knight, which is, pretty ideal setup. But on the other hand, because of the use of the Hammer Spark and the double Pokemon, the blue hybrid player guaranteed that he would still have a good turn even if choked to 1. And while the Beowulf was able to, return the Pitomon, the fact that you can go Beowulf, clear the board is just too strong, right? And because of the Pokemon, the Beowulf only costed 1 memory, so nothing super crazy, but sometimes that's like how blue hybrid works, right? Like their basic plays, like, oh, I Digivolve, go into a Beowulf, is actually so strong if you think about it, right? Alright, we're going into a game 2 here. We're gonna see if Lord Knight can bring it back. I do like that Omnimon mat, it's pretty sweet. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Lordknightmon, the watermelon as we like to call him, and a Stravimon to get some searches. Hits both targets, Tamer and a hybrid, really ideal for sure. Opts to pick up the Beowulf, you know, it's likely he has a level 4 in hand. Maybe this time Lord Knight has the stack right away. I mean, so far it goes straight into level 5, so seems like a pretty good start. I think that Lord Knight can do well against blue hybrid. I mean, I wouldn't say it's favored, it's probably definitely still in blue hybrid's favor, of course, but you know, going into a Lord Knight right away could put in some work. The problem is that like after you cash in your first Lord Knight, if you get the sources stripped and stunned, then you're just, you know, not really able to do anything. Wow, hits into a TK first hit and picks up the Blind Ray. So honestly, this is a really, really good start for the Lord Knight. He's got the full Lord Knight, Blinding Ray to work with. And now that he's at 3 security, he'll have, you know, shenanigans from Upamon or Angelomon, things like that. Gonna just go into a Sora Joe to pass over. Okay, so start by swinging, and I guess using the Starmon to clear, plus he gets a drop from the Upa. So good start. Does hit into a little mat, and there is a Sora Joe on the board, so definitely has to be super careful about those and not pass, you know, with a Digimon that has no sources. Okay, Pulsemon is able to get the memory, and then Digivolver, yeah, I like this play. He's able to get 3 bodies on the board, memory choke to 1. He's got TK, he's got the Lord Knight, has a Blinding Ray to extend plays. So this seems like a pretty good situation for Lord Knight to be in. The blue hybrid player hit into a TK, oh, it just hurts, right? Maybe it's not as bad as when you hit into a Sora Joe or a Tommy, but I mean, it's still pretty good. And the Lord Knight was able to go, you know, right away from the first chain, so not slow at all. Brings up the Lordknightmon, which honestly I don't expect is gonna do too much. You can't really, I mean, I guess he could swing and just use the Sora Joe, right? Yeah, it is gonna be swinging right into a blocker, but at least starts to take away the sources. This way, if he has like a Tommy or a Howlin, he could at least get rid of all the sources from the Lord Knight. But like, yeah, if you strip the Lord Knight and then just keep it frozen, right? That's the best thing to do, I suppose. Gonna pass over quite a bit of memory though. Kumamon not able to attack. Now Lord Knight can attack, so it's just, oh, we go for the Bushi. I was gonna say you can go Knightmon, just instantly clear the Kumamon, but he might be going for game. Hitamon hits into a Hammer Spark, which is going to pass over turn. Might have had maybe like Blinding and a hybrid setup or something. So goes super aggressive, but hits into a memory, Howlin memory, and then a Hammer Spark. Oh, and then a Sulong with 4 Digimon on the board. As Sulong actually only costs 1. Now Sulong can check security for 5 checks. It survives. Pop the Howlin hybrid, and that's gonna be game. Pretty fun game. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.